Hi, I'm Jay Koenig, a member of the League of Women Voters. Along with the League and SFGov TV, I'm here to discuss Proposition A, a ballot measure that will be before the voters on November 6th. City College of San Francisco has 9 campuses in the city and serves approximately 100,000 students each year. The state has reduced funding to CCSF by more than $53 million over the past 3 years. The Community College Board, which oversees CCSF, has determined that City College's current revenues are inadequate to fund community college education. Proposition A would authorize a parcel tax to provide funding for City College of San Francisco. The tax would be $79 per parcel annually, and it would last for 8 years. City College would use the tax funds to maintain core academic courses, provide workforce training, provide an education that prepares students for 4-year universities, keep City College libraries and student support services open, keep technology and instructional support up to date, and offset state budget cuts. I'm here with Elisa Messer, an English teacher at City College of San Francisco. She's the president of AFT 2121, the faculty union, and a proponent of Proposition A. Also joining us is Starchild, a local activist with the Libertarian Party of San Francisco and a former candidate for the San Francisco School Board. He's an opponent of the measure. Thank you both for taking the time to be with us today.
Thank you, Alicia.
Elisa, I'd like to give you the opportunity to share the thoughts of your position.
So Proposition A is a temporary 8-year $79 parcel tax on properties in San Francisco, and that money would go directly to supporting City College of San Francisco. City College is the largest workforce training center in San Francisco. We train students. We also help students learn English as a second language. And then, of course, one of our primary missions is to help students, particularly low-income and underserved students, move on to 4-year institutions. We serve nearly 100,000 students in San Francisco and are a tremendous resource, we think, for San Francisco.
Thank you.
But over the last couple of years, the state budget cuts that we've faced, $53 million in the last 3 years alone, have really made it a challenge for us to keep our doors open for San Francisco students. And this Proposition A would make a tremendous difference in addressing our fiscal problems right now.
Understood. Thank you. Starchild, can you present some of the thoughts around the opposition?
Sure. We all believe in people getting an education and having those opportunities be affordable and accessible to them. But City College's financial problems, we believe, are not due to state budget cuts primarily, but due to fiscal mismanagement. The accreditation report that came out recently found City College to be one of the 3 worst performing schools in the 112 community colleges in California. And as evidenced by the $276,000 salary of the head of City College, we believe there's plenty of money they can find without going to the taxpayers.
I understand there were 700 classes, a reduction in 700 classes, which from the reporting indicates that people have to be on longer wait lists. Can you speak to that and how this would facilitate this, if this proposition was passed, how that would be facilitated?
Well, it's true. We've faced tremendous budget cuts in the last several years. In fact, for the last several years running, all of the employees at City College, even actually our chancellor, have taken pay cuts in order to keep the college open. But we've also seen closure of classes. We lost 700 classes this year. We canceled summer school a couple of years ago. And these are measures we've had to take that have caused students to suffer and caused all of City College to suffer. And so that's why we're looking for an opportunity to bring in some funding from the city that we think San Francisco taxpayers will support and that the state can't take away so that we can continue to serve San Franciscans.
Understood. I know there's a relationship with Proposition 30 as well, of course, from a tax base, and it's all connected and all relevant.
That's right.
The tax is $79 per household. Can you talk about that and how that would be an impact in your view? It's an 8-year tax, right? It's a finite tax.
Well, you know, they say the only things permanent or final are death and taxes, and once a new tax is implemented, we often find that even though it's called temporary, when it gets passed, it ends up becoming permanent or longer term than was discussed. I would love for my colleague here to tell us that she won't support extending that tax beyond the 8 years if it were to pass. But I believe that there's other ways that City College can stay afloat and continue to serve its declining student population. It might close some of the new campuses that it's opened recently, for example, and consolidate facilities.
Thank you. Do you want to offer comments to Star Child's opposition?
So I think the one of the primary things we need to remember is that City College of San Francisco, which is an institution that San Francisco really counts on, I think, for both our economy and for all of the community, has been operating under duress for a number of years. We can and we will make the smart reforms. We already are making the smart reforms that need to be made around scheduling, around addressing the needs of our various communities and of our students. And I think that's already well underway. We'll meet our accreditation and work to make the college more fiscally sound, but Proposition A is really a component of that. It's not everything that needs to happen at City College of San Francisco right now, but it is a huge component, and it will make a tremendous difference in ensuring that City College is here for San Franciscans in the future.
Thank you. Is there any further response you have, Star Child?
Well, every time we take more money from the taxpayers, remember that's cutting into the budgets of families and individuals in San Francisco who have to pay for their own education, and outside City College they have to pay for housing and health care and food and other family needs. So it's a little bit misleading when we always talk about this in terms of, well, what's going to happen to City College. We also need to think about what's going to happen to all the people, hundreds of thousands of San Franciscans who have to pay this little bit of extra tax every year, which could be a lot for some people, $80 a year. And the City College spending 92% of its budget on staff expenses when the statewide average is 85%, I think shows that there's room for improvement there, and City College to tighten its belts a little bit without coming back once again to the community. There's been multiple bond measures in the past decade asking taxpayers for more money, and we feel this is the wrong time for another one.
Well, I thank you both for taking the time today to be here again. We hope this discussion was informative. For more information on this and other ballot measures in this year's election, please visit the San Francisco League of Women Voters website at sfvotes.org. And remember, early voting is available at City Hall Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you don't vote early, be sure to vote on November 6th.